Didn't want to. So once more into the breach of Dead Space 2. So I guess once more into the sprawl. Oh, and right away confronted with one of these little bastards. Okay, so here we're about to see the first member of the pack. They are a combination of my two worst nightmares, which is children. Oh, fuck's sake. Which is children and more children. So yeah, was not even paying attention. I'm not into the swing of this yet. I'm still stuck in gentle, calm, watching Poirot. Gentle murder mysteries where death comes, but it's mainly to people who deserve it, and the ones who don't. Ones who get murdered for no reason sometimes get revenge from beyond the grave, which I guess is what these necromorphs are doing technically. So yeah, I thought that while I'm playing this, I don't know when I'm going to do another sci-fi game. Obviously, I mean, who am I kidding? It's going to be the next game. All I play is sci-fi and Shovel Knight. But yeah, I thought it. Yeah, here's one of the pack bastards. Get down. As you can see, they're sort of relatively weak, but this is actually going pretty badly. Relatively weak, but at the same time, massively annoying. Yeah, get down. It's one of those. It's one of the only times you're allowed to say, "God, I love killing kids." I really love it. It's not like the Fallout games or Skyrim where they sort of, there's no way you can actually kill children unless you sort of mod it into the game. Which, get off, you little bastard! I knew kids were going to kill me. Ooh, Isaac. No, deserved. Yeah, that'll teach you. I don't think that's on any government sort of approved way of dealing with children, but sometimes you've got to go off beast.
Isaac, you're still alive. We can't talk. I think they're tracking our signals.
Stross!
Are the memories coming back to you?
Stressing me out, Stross.
Coming back to me. The good ones.
There's a really, really good, I think it's the Zero Punctuation review of Dead Space 2 actually that has a picture that one of these kids has done that just says, "Me, mummy, all my blood's still in me." And it's sort of, it's really taking the piss out of the fact that this game, parts of it look so idyllic to start with. Well, rather than not so much idyllic as you can see that it would have been quite nice. I mean, this place is literally called Toy Toy. I want to go to Toy Toy. Look, they've got vinyl figures. I mean, I can't see any Bayonetta, but which is the only vinyl figure I would ever buy. But look, off the waist jeans. I would wear those. I wouldn't wear that, obviously, in public. Oh, Fashion Kid. Why can't everything be so clearly named as Fashion Kid and Toy Toy? I've got to go to places like H&M. That could be anything. It could actually be Ham. That could be what that is. I know that's a lazy joke, but I think it every time I go in. It's one of those mental tics. Yeah, I will not get a pulse rifle, but Pownos are always good. Ooh, that's a lot of money. You know what? Okay, I'm going to die soon anyway, so I might as well show you the riot suit. It's not as cool, admittedly, as the engineering suit, but it does have a couple of things I quite like. I like that it implies that in the future, every member of a security force will be, a member of a fascist police state. It's like V for Vendetta never happened in this universe. It does look kind of badass. Again, though, it's one of those things that I don't like, that front-mounted, the sort of, I guess what you call the menu generator, that thing. It sort of, I understand that they have to have it. It's got that sort of clunky sci-fi aesthetic, which, they did so well in the first Alien. Everything's very boxy. I think they still have VHSs, for God's sake. Line gun, maybe. Pulse rifle, no. No, not yet. Oh, God, this is tricky. You know what? Forget it. I am going to get to take the pulse rifle. I never know when I'm going to end up in trouble. I mean, I assume it's now, but whatever. And so, heading off once more into the sprawl. As you can tell, I was interrupted pretty harshly before by that necromorph who had no respect for the sanctity of in-game commentary. So, oh, I think. Oh, first of all, I have to go through the elementary school, and so when I said that it was going to be children that kill me, that was pretty much accurate foreshadowing because that is actually a really hard point in the game.
There's this crazy guy that keeps contacting me. I saw him back at the hospital.
Nolan Strauss. He was a patient in the project, just like you.
Yeah? Well, why
You
was
know
he-
an awful lot about this, don't you, Dana?
Path Isaac. Stay clear of
That's
him.
not suspicious.
He murdered his own wife and child.
Okay, I'll be careful.
Oof. Oosh. At least Carver from the second game just sort of stood by and let them be killed. He didn't actively murder them. Awesome town. Yeah, it's awesome. And The Clogger. I would watch the hell out of a horror movie called The Clogger. I recently rewatched... what's it called? Oh, It Follows. And wow, does that not hold up on a second viewing. The film breaks its own rules too many times. That guy, I can't remember his name. The sort of main guy who first passes it on to what's her face, Jay? I want to say Jamie. He consistently gets himself trapped in small rooms, and it's the first thing he says. So who say Director Tideman giving a very obvious broadcast.
All citizens are ordered to evacuate.
Ordered.
Shot on sight.
Oh, hang on. First of all, I think I have to go to the unitologist factory. That's not the right word, but fuck it. Yeah, here we go. And then later on, I think we go through the kids section. I don't know anymore. I don't know. I just want to get my death over with. It's one of those things now. I know it's coming. I'd be one of those people who gets resigned to their death very early in a horror movie. I'm trying to think if any horror movies actually have a character who's resigned to their fate who survives. I guess... No, Cube doesn't even count.
You're not getting out of here.
Yes, we are!
There is no way out of here!
We need to get around the trap. They're identified by prime numbers.
Figure it out.
I can't!
I'm not dying!
Incredibly creepy. But here's the thing. In the United Kingdom,
I thought you were routing me to resident.
this is what university brochures look like.
Unitology Recruitment Center. Am I still on track?
Yes. There's an old maintenance access point in there that'll take you through the waste disposal.
But why are
system and
you asking me to go through this unitology centre, Dana? It's almost like you have an ulterior motive. But that can't be true. Yep, it's like University of London, discover your potential. Again, this is uncanny. Cultivate your future. I think that's on page 2 of the brochure. Trust me, in the past I have read all of these text logs. I really like the backstory, which you might think is a little bit crazy considering this is very much a active horror. Oh, hang on. Yeah, there we go. I love it. Oh, Jesus. Okay, pulse rifle. Let's see how you get out of here. Oh, guys, this isn't going well. Thinking about it, this animation takes, I'm going to say, too long. But it has given me an idea for something I can do now. Alt fire that bitch. Yeah! Woo! I killed children. Well, I guess not children anymore. There's nothing left of the children they once were, those sweet, innocent little bastards who can't draw horses, for instance. I'm not directing that at anybody. I'm just saying they can't draw horses. Mind you, I can't draw a horse. Yeah, so that was a very, very useful explosive decompression room. I mean, that's the only reason for that to be there, right? Just in case a group of space zombies ever appears, you can just shoot out the glass. And then once they've all been sucked out, just go for it. I will take javelin spears because they are my favourite. I feel like there should be an achievement, and maybe there is, for shooting all of the unitologist marker statues that you find around the game. We've seen them so far in, obviously, the that first laboratory that me and Strauss basically found ourselves in, and we've seen a couple here, as you'd expect. But I feel like there should be a sort of Assassin's Creed Feathers sort of deal. Oh! So, in the last episode I was talking about you find a message which replays itself in Dead Space 3. Because Isaac has it, and he has it because we find it here. I always thought that was a really nice touch when I played Dead Space 3. Dead Space 3 had a lot of nice touches, actually.
You can use kinesis to pull blades.
As you can see, he's sort of pinned this one to the wall as an example.
You stayed like 3 hours using this trick. You see?
This is just in case you haven't grasped the fact that you can. No, rip. But it's the first thing you'd ever do, so I don't know what he's talking about. This bit is the space of a pretty bad ambush, actually. I know I keep saying this every time I go in a new room, but this could be where I die. In which case, obviously, playthrough over. God, I really, 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 really need to concentrate and not start talking about how much I long for death. Oh God. Alright, let's see. Shut up, objective, I'm going here. Bench, stuff, dead guy, all pretty solid. Oh, this is actually our first 0G flying section. Well, that we're not being dragged behind a train. Excellent. Don't know what I'm doing. Can't do that. Can't do that. Do I get attacked in here? Where's a vent? There's a vent. There's a fucking vent. You. Ooh. Ugh. Hang on. I say, do I have enough notes to upgrade my trusty plasma cutter? I do, but only to reload speed. I say only reload speed. Of course I'm going to do it because I love this thing. Boom. Now you can also use it to upgrade your rig. Well, rather your suit, so you get more health. In fact, I think the benefit of this suit is that you do more damage with the pulse rifle. Which, if anybody can come up with the canon explanation for why that should be the case, I will give them a pat on the £50 that I'm going to give them as a reward. Oh, there we go. No, no pissing around this time. I know they come. Jesus! I think they come from behind. Nope, safe forever. Don't run at me, you dick! Who do you think you are? You don't know how much I hate those things. You don't know how satisfying it is to kill those explosive bastards. They've killed me so many times. In fact, I actually feel a little bit ashamed to admit this. I played through Halo Reach, and if you played that game, huge spoilers for the end. But the final thing you do is sort of sacrifice yourself so that the, I want to say the Pillar of Autumn, can take off with obviously Chief on board, sets the rest of the Halo franchise in motion. I'm taking off. Woo! But there's this sort of endless fight until you die against, you know, just constantly respawning enemies, and it's heartbreaking because, you know, it's sort of your character knows they were never gonna get out of it, but how can I pick that up? There we go. But there's this whole tragedy to it. You know, you fight off wave after wave after wave after wave until you can't take it anymore. And it turned out that what I couldn't take was basically the first enemy, which was a standard grunt with just a plasma grenade. And it really annoyed me. I really wanted to go down in a blaze of glory, and instead I just went down in a pile of shit. I think that's the term anyway. So if I can remember how to do this bit properly, I know you can die very easily. Like a dog by the side of the road, like Charlie Kelly would say. Oh god. Okay, did I come in through... Where did I come in? There, I'm going to say. Anything up here? You know what? Maybe I should actually be paying attention to where the fuck I'm going. And what is coming at me. Yeah. Oh, what do you do? Have I ever been here before? Yeah. Yeah. I'm stupid. That's where I just was. Okay, so I think if you get hit by one of these things, you just explode. I'm pretty sure you just explode. So I'm going to duck and dive, I'm going to weave, I'm going to float like a, I don't know, and sting like a, I also don't know. Where the fuck do I go? There we go, that big pipe. Come on. That's not where I go. Oh, there? Yeah. So, as long as I don't die here, I'm going to count this playthrough as a win. Yeah! Big win, bitch! Alright, lovely. About an hour and 20 minutes into the game and I'm already calling it a win. There was, if you remember, if anybody played, like, those of you who played Dead Space 1 will remember that bit that, I can't remember the name of the actual necromorph, but you have to, it's huge, this thing, it's pretty much the biggest thing that's not, get fucked! That's not a, that's not the sort of final pre-convergence form that you fight at the end. Oh shit. Of course there is a vent. You have to fight that in this big cylindrical area. That really reminds me of the first form of Metroid Prime from that game. Oh, Jesus! Okay, well, to be fair, the game's doing its job, because I'm terrified now. Where do you go? There you go. Oh, shit. Oh, good times. Good times with Isaac Clarke. My big Necromorph friend. Yep. I'm doing so bad, guys. It is... Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Engineering with Isaac Clarke again. Where do I shove this?
But first, let's talk about animals. If animals have taught me anything, it's that you can easily die and very quickly under a bus and on the side of a road.
Lot of redundancies of this. And yet, for some reason, EarthGov, or, you know, GovSec, or UnitSec, or whatever they're calling it these days, felt fit to remove it for literally no fucking reason. Or rather, to not supply enough. But that is so typical of EarthGov. So in Dead Space 3, something very similar happens actually, where they oh, there we go, that was stupid of me. Something very similar happens in that there's people put signs up there, sort of, they've been stranded on this planet, you can sort of, oh, I wish you were still working, where they've put up signs saying, you know, eat others and eat our flesh, and they've run out of letters with which to say it, so they've had to resort to numbers, and you just feel so sorry for the requisition officer who said, guys, come on, I'm out of H's, I'm sick of using 4s, it looks so stupid. You know, we had a welcome home party for Henry, and I had to use 4s. Welcome home, Henry. I look stupid. It's my job, and you've all made me look stupid because I didn't. And so yeah, I like thinking of those. I like thinking of those little administrative errors that would happen in a game like this. If I sound like I'm babbling, it's because I am. I can't even say I've made a good showing of this game yet. Node mine! I can't even say I've made a good showing of this game yet. I will say that my enthusiasm for finding shit I like is... Oh, it's high. Oh. Scary cult worshipping time. Lovely. Who took the time? This has just happened. Who took the time to light all these candles and place them in strategically scary positions? Noises. Oh god, these bastards. Alright. Yeah, so basically the unitologist equivalent of crabs. They jump all over you. There's a not particularly fun... That's the toilet. Always fun when a game takes the time out of it. Soul-rending horror for a little bit of literal toilet humour. Yeah, so somebody has obviously taken the time to decorate their apartments. Actually, maybe this does make sense if this is the sort of unitologist wing. It doesn't, if I'm honest, bode well for me. Oh, no, bad. Pulse rifle. Or just jab him. Yeah! Love it. And a tasteful resting place for whichever poor human that once was. It's one of those things where you have to hope that there's no vestige of consciousness left. Like, I don't know if you've seen any of the game Soma that's come out, which deals with, you know, human consciousness, or rather an approximation of human consciousness in something that's not human, but believes it to be human. And that really scares me. I don't like the idea of... Locked-in syndrome is terrifying to me, you know, where you're just sort of a prisoner in your own body. But to then I think the actual trope is something like on TV tropes called "And I Must Scream," where you're sort of a passenger essentially in your own body, and it's see, this is what I'd smash. A sort of passenger in your own. Get out! Look how scary this is. Oh. Hey, you just go back to bed, buddy. Yeah, I don't like the idea that my body would be doing stuff against my will. You know, it's sort of, it's implied that it's horrifying, and I guess it's just automatic now, which makes sense. I really like these sort of captain's armrests by the toilet. I could definitely use those just to lean on them and pretend I'm in the Enterprise bathroom. And as if it wasn't clear enough that some mad shit was about to go down in this room, horses became skulls, became markers. Oh, and there's my dead girlfriend. I will say, I think that the effect they've used on her eyes and mouth is cool in theory, but not so cool in execution. Oh, and if you're wondering where the child was whose room this evidently was, I probably stamped it to bits before.